Hello, listeners. Today, we'll talk about China's future, its political and economic trajectory, as well as its place in the world. Over the past 4 decades, China has experienced one of the fastest periods of growth in modern history. But now, the situation is changing. According to the International Monetary Fund, China's GDP is projected to grow around 4.8% in 2025. While this shows stability, it's a significant slowdown compared to the double-digit growth of the past. At the same time, China's population fell for the third consecutive year in 2024, dropping to roughly 1.408 billion. This means the workforce is shrinking, the population is aging, and pressures on pensions, healthcare, and employment are growing. Youth unemployment is another pressing issue. Data shows that around 17% of young people aged 16 to 24 are out of work. Many college graduates struggle to find stable jobs, which not only affects their personal lives, but also depresses consumption and social confidence. Adding to the challenge, domestic demand is weak and prices are falling. In summer 2025, China's Consumer Price Index even showed a year-on-year decline, a signal of deflation. Simply put, people are reluctant to spend, businesses struggle to sell goods, and the economy slows further. Politically, power has become increasingly centralized under Xi Jinping's third term. Anti-corruption campaigns, cadre reshuffles, and tighter ideological control have strengthened the party's ability to govern. This has advantages. Policies can be implemented quickly, and stability is maintained. But it also comes with risks: information bottlenecks, reduced local experimentation, and less flexibility in economic adjustments. On the international stage, the US-China rivalry is a defining factor. Washington has imposed export restrictions on semiconductors and maintained tariffs. China, in turn, is pursuing self-reliance in technology, investing heavily in renewable energy, electric vehicles, and artificial intelligence. At the same time, China is diversifying markets through the Belt and Road Initiative and closer ties with Global South countries. Companies around the world are also adopting China Plus One strategies, reducing dependence on a single manufacturing base. The future may see competition in high-tech areas, while trade and supply chains remain multi-layered. So, where might China's future go? There are 3 main scenarios. First, the best-case scenario. China successfully boosts domestic consumption, creates jobs for young people, and drives growth through technological innovation. GDP could stay between 4 and 5%. Society remains stable, and international tensions are manageable. Second, the baseline scenario. The most likely outcome: growth stabilizes around 3 to 4%. Demographic decline and employment pressures persist, and fiscal stimulus is needed periodically. Political control maintains stability, but underlying pressures remain. Third, the worst-case scenario. Deflation persists, the real estate sector and local debt worsen, and external conflicts escalate, causing growth to stagnate around 1 to 2%. In this case, China could face a lost decade similar to Japan in the 1990s, but with less developed social safety nets, creating greater social stress. What should China do? Several key strategies stand out. Stimulate domestic demand and improve social welfare to encourage consumption. Enhance labor market flexibility, expand vocational education, and support private enterprise to absorb graduates. Adapt to demographic change by investing in automation and AI to compensate for a shrinking workforce. Maintain fiscal and financial stability by restructuring local government debt. Engage internationally with balance, compete where necessary, cooperate where possible, for example, in climate change and financial governance. In summary, China's future will not be a straight upward line, nor a simple decline. It is likely to follow a wavy path. Growth mixed with fluctuations, challenges, and necessary adjustments. Politically, short-term stability is strong, but long-term success depends on reforming the economy, maintaining innovation, giving young people hope, and fostering public confidence. Listeners, China's choices over the next decade will not only affect its own 1.4 billion citizens, but also the global economy and geopolitics. The coming years will be decisive. Thank you for listening. We'll be back with more analysis in our next program.